everyone, welcome back to the channel for another video. Now this one was not a video that I was planning on making, recording, uploading. It is about the Welsh manager Rob Page. Now look, when Rob Page came into the job, everyone was excited. You know, he filled in for Ryan Giggs. Whatever happens with him, I'm not too sure what's actually going to happen in terms of Ryan Giggs. But Rob Page came in, steadied the ship, and it looked like it was going to go really well for Rob Page and Wales. But after the last 11 games, 1 win out of 11, 3 draws and 7 defeats, including back-to-back defeats away tonight against Turkey and at home on Friday against Armenia, who, let's face it, are not very good. I think Wales 2-3 years ago smashed Armenia 3-4-0. But yeah, it's one of those where, like I said, I didn't want to make this video. I didn't want this video to even, you know, have to be made. I didn't want this to happen, and unfortunately I am. I'm going to go in depth about the managerial record, about the last 2 major tournaments, this qualifying campaign, and exactly why I think we should get rid of Rob Page. So Rob Page has been in charge of Wales for 35 games with 11 wins, 11 draws and 13 defeats at the helm as the Welsh manager. Now if you look at that, it's not very good. More defeats than wins or draws. Only winning 11 out of 35 is pretty poor, considering a lot of those were against lesser nations, albeit, you know, 3 were in the World Cup, 4 were in the Euros, you know, and the Nations League as well, against some very tough opponents in Croatia, in Poland, Netherlands and Belgium, who we had in our Nations League group. So yeah, the win record is not obviously the best, but, you know, 11 wins out of 35, when you look at it like that, is very poor. In terms of the major tournaments then, obviously Rob Page has taken charge of 2 major tournaments, and I hope if we get to a 3rd under sort of this era of Welsh football that he is not the man to take us there. Start off with Euro 2020 then. We qualified for that. And we looked in real good shape going into that tournament. We did get through the group that it consisted of Turkey, Italy and Switzerland. Drew with Switzerland, beat Turkey and lost to Italy in the final group game. Took us into the last 16, where we got absolutely pumped by Denmark 4-0 in the last 16. And that game, I said he's not good enough. I said Rob Page as a manager is simply not good enough to get absolutely pumped by Denmark 4-0. I know what happened with Denmark. They recently lost Christian Eriksen 3 games before, so they were fighting a lot more for Christian Eriksen and for Denmark. And I just thought that was a very poor campaign. I think we were poor in the game against Switzerland. We were average against Turkey, even though we won that 2-0. And Italy, we were just atrocious. I think Ampadu got sent off in that game as well. And obviously the Denmark 4-0 was really bad performance there. Then we qualified for the World Cup with 2 playoff wins, one against Austria at the Cardiff City Stadium, and then that memorable 1-0 win against Ukraine with a deflected Gareth Bale free kick goal to send us to Qatar. And when we got there, we were absolutely dreadful. Rob Page got substitutions wrong, got tactics wrong in all 3 games, and just a very poor performance from Wales in that World Cup. Obviously, it started off with a 1-1 draw against America, and then we was like, right, if we beat Iran, we go into that England game knowing that a draw may send us through, or a defeat and results elsewhere could go through on 4 points. So we drew against America, and then I said, right, we'll beat Iran, and then we'll just see what position we're in come to the England game. And we lost to Iran 2-0. They wanted it more. They were more passionate. They fought for everything in that game. And then obviously we got pumped by England 3-0 in the final group game. And at that point, a lot of Welsh fans were saying, get rid of Rob Page before we qualify for Euro 2024 and obviously the Nations League. Nations League, we got relegated in a group with Poland, Belgium, Netherlands. Again, I don't think there was a single game in that campaign that we looked promising or that we could actually do something in that group. Finished rock bottom of the group, losing to Poland on the final game. I think it was a Sebastian Szymanski goal that actually relegated us to League B. Not too sure on that one, to be honest. I was at that game and it was just dead walking out, knowing that we've just been relegated. I know it's the Nations League, not many people take that seriously, but still, for a team like Wales to get to League A and then to get relegated again, it's just demoralising. And then it got us to this point. Euro 2024 qualifying in Germany. Started off really well. Started off away in Zagreb against Croatia. They score, I think it was quite early in the game, and then we score right at the end with a Nathan, was it Bradshaw or Broadhead? I think it was Broadhead who scored the goal to get a massive point in Croatia, and I thought, right, yeah, we've gone away at Croatia. We're going to beat Latvia, we're going to beat Armenia, get something out of Turkey, and we're going to be in massive, massive advantage of qualifying. The Latvia game, very poor. We win the game 1-0, Kiefer Moore, good goal, but that game we deserved, Latvia probably deserved something from the game. They defended resolutely. We had quite a lot of chances, could only put the one in the back of the net for a Kiefer Moore header. And just that moment, I was like, I don't think we're going to qualify. I really don't. Turkey looked good. Croatia, and even Armenia and Latvia are not going to be easy opponents any stretch of the imagination. And then this internationals, Friday night, Cardiff City Stadium, Armenia at home. Yes, we've got no Gareth Bale. Yes, we've got no Chris Gunter. Yes, we got no Joe Allen. There's obviously quite a few players that have retired from international football, but I'm sorry. No disrespect to Armenia, they deserved it on the night. 4-2 win, totally deserved it. But should we be losing 4-2 at home to Armenia? Absolutely not. An utter disgrace. No passion, no fight, and no awareness, really, from obviously the players. No accountability is what I should say. It was very, very poor. And then tonight, Turkey. Look, they should have scored 4 or 5. They had 2 goals disallowed through VAR. I think the first one was handball. The first one was offside, sorry. Second one was handball. Danny Ward saves a penalty, so that is free before they even score their 2 goals. And both of their goals were absolutely atrocious defending. I slated Danny Ward for one of the goals, but realistically, the defenders should have been doing a lot better to close him down. And that puts us 4th in the qualifying group. Bottom but last. The only team worst off in the group is Latvia, and they've played a less game than us. So we are sitting 4th in our qualifying group out of 5. Played 4, won 1, drew 1, lost 2. And those 2 games that we lost are games that you really shouldn't be losing. You shouldn't be losing at home to Armenia. Maybe Turkey is a different one to call, but so yeah, that's why I personally, or that's the main reason that I would get rid of Rob Page. The second one is the subs and the tactics. The substitutions that he gets are just so wrong. He makes the wrong substitutions at the wrong time. Taking Aaron Ramsey off today. I know Ramsey had a poor game, don't get me wrong, but he's one of your best players. He's your captain, he's your midfield general, and you take him off when you're losing the game I think it was 1 or 2-0, I can't even remember, to be honest. Dan James as well. Again, Dan James didn't have a good game, but that explosive pace at the end of a game when Turkey are going to be tiring, it just doesn't make sense of why you would do certain things like that. And the tactics, well, I don't know what the tactics are. He doesn't have a plan B. And the most important thing, the thing that I've wrote down in my notes in capital letters, is motivation. He has no motivation whatsoever. How you cannot get a Welsh team firing to play for their country is a travesty, an absolute travesty. We saw 2016, the squad that we had in 2016 was a lot worse than what this squad is now overall. You know, we had players like Johnny Williams, who, let's be honest, weren't the best. I'm trying to think of someone else. Sam Vokes, not really well, Sam Vokes or Kiefer Moore all day, but they fought, they were passionate, they wanted a win for that Welsh dragon. And the players that we've got now, Brennan Johnson, Dan James, you look at the back line, Nico Williams, Connor Roberts, sometimes you watch them and they're just walking around, taking it slowly, pacing themselves, and it just doesn't show any fight of what that 2016 squad is. And my friend said to me, Elliot, who is going to be a massive part of the channel, what sort of Welsh manager can't get his team pumped up for a game to play for their country? Wales are one of those passionate countries for sport and for succeed, and Rob Page just cannot get it out of this squad. I did do a poll on social media, excuse me, in terms of what you lot would do, and it was like 24 votes for sack Rob Page and like 3 or 4 votes for keep Rob Page in charge. Look, everyone's entitled to their opinion. For me, he has to go now. I'd pull the plug. We've got more internationals in September, big internationals as well. If we want to qualify for these Euros in Germany next summer, we've got to get 2 or 3 wins in a row, and that probably will be Latvia away, which is going to be difficult. That'll probably be Croatia at home, Turkey at home, Armenia away. We lost 4-2 at home, and we've got to go to Armenia. So, and Armenia beat us 4-2, and they don't even have Mkhitaryan playing anymore. He's retired, and that's what makes it even worse. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this situation. Would you sack Rob Page? Would you keep him in charge? How far does it go in terms of Rob Page's tenure as Wales manager? Please make sure to like, share and subscribe. The content is coming thick and fast. And thank you for watching. Cymru and Boeth.